Have you ever looked at an old photo, heard a song from your childhood, or smelled something that instantly took you back years? For a moment, it feels warm and comforting, but at the same time, it can also make you feel a little sad. So, why does nostalgia feel so good and hurt at the same time? Interestingly, the word nostalgia comes from two Greek words that roughly mean the pain of returning home. It was originally used to describe homesickness. Today, we use it to describe that emotional feeling of longing for the past. For a long time, psychologists thought nostalgia was mostly a negative emotion, but modern research tells a different story. Scientists now describe nostalgia as a bittersweet emotion. It's a mix of happiness and sadness. You're happy because you're remembering a meaningful moment, but you're also reminded that the moment is gone. Those two emotions exist together, which is why nostalgia feels so unique. What's even more interesting is when nostalgia tends to appear. Studies have found that people become more nostalgic when they are feeling lonely, uncertain about the future, or emotionally disconnected from others. It's almost like the brain reaches into its memory for something familiar and comforting. Think about it. When life feels unpredictable, you might suddenly miss your old school days, childhood cartoons, family dinners, or even a game you haven't played in years. Your brain isn't trying to make you live in the past. It's trying to remind you that you've had meaningful relationships, happy moments, and good experiences before. That reminder can make difficult times feel a little easier. Researchers have even found that nostalgic memories increase feelings of social connection. After remembering meaningful experiences, people often report feeling less lonely and more supported, even when they're physically alone. And here's one of the strangest findings. Nostalgia doesn't just affect your emotions. It can actually change how warm you feel. In several experiments, researchers found that people became more nostalgic on colder days or while sitting in cold rooms. Then, after recalling a nostalgic memory, they rated the room as feeling warmer than before. Some studies even showed they could tolerate cold temperatures for longer after thinking about nostalgic memories. This doesn't mean nostalgia literally changes the room temperature. Instead, it seems to change your perception of warmth. The emotional comfort from a meaningful memory can make your body feel warmer. Another interesting study found that people who felt socially excluded also estimated room temperatures as colder and wanted warm food or drinks more often. This suggests that our brains connect emotional warmth and physical warmth more closely than we might expect. But nostalgia isn't always helpful. If someone spends too much time wishing they could go back instead of enjoying the present, nostalgia can become unhealthy. Some newer research suggests that in everyday life, nostalgia doesn't always reduce loneliness. In some situations, especially when loneliness is already very high, it can actually make those feelings stronger. So nostalgia isn't magic. It's more like a psychological tool. When used naturally, it reminds us of who we are, the people we've loved, and the experiences that shaped us. But if we get stuck living only in memories, it can stop us from creating new ones. Maybe that's why nostalgia feels so powerful. It reminds us that the past mattered, not because it was perfect, but because it became part of our story. The people, places, songs, and moments we miss aren't valuable simply because they're gone. They're valuable because they helped make us who we are today. So the next time an old song, a childhood smell, or a forgotten photo suddenly makes you smile and ache at the same time, remember, that's nostalgia doing exactly what it's supposed to do. It's reminding you that you've lived through moments worth remembering and that you can still create new memories that one day you'll look back on with the very same feeling.